It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the Brooklyn Cafe studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat at the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, or a movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in free 888-994-4995 right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
Welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe on a beautiful Wednesday afternoon in beautiful South Florida.
It is a rum Wednesday. Rum.
Every day's a rum day.
It's a rum runner Wednesday.
It's a rum
runner Wednesday.
All I got to say is today is Wednesday. It is beautiful. We are in the beautiful theater. What do we call this place again?
The Brooklyn. Well, as Mary calls it, it's the Brooklyn Cafe Gallery. She calls it.
Is that what it is?
You can call it New Dawn Theater. You can call it Ant Media Productions. The sign still has the old name on it because we haven't changed that just when we were getting ready to change it.
We have no identity.
All chaos happened and...
We have not anything.
If you know of a sign company that has some deep discounts, we can change the sign. If not, the old sign is staying. It has served us well so far, so what's the rush?
If you have a company who's going out of business and you have the sign, I can use the letters.
You got a few letters.
We can use the letters.
It wasn't even the letters that were as much money. It was the permit zoning that was more money than the sign itself.
The sign is $3 and the permits are $3,000.
Pretty
It makes
much.
no sense.
Pretty
I wonder
much
if they're still going to charge for signage now.
I don't know. We'll have to
Being
see.
that the businesses are the coincidental thing.
I think we should talk to a coincidental thing. Anyway, happy Wednesday to you. Yes, we are kicking off our Wednesday. It is lunchtime, so we're going Gubba Rum style.
It's funny because Teddy Unscripted was done this afternoon.
This morning. And I forgot to push it out.
This morning, and we didn't get a chance to push it out. So go to the 2020 Vision page and check out. We're going to replay it anyway. And go and check it out. I thought it was a very good show. I thought it was really, really good. She's getting better and better every week. And I thought it was kind of cool.
I thought it was a great show. It was really, the show was the stories. Maybe we can even air it Friday on the radio, Freddie.
Ooh, maybe
at
we
7:30
should.
Friday night.
Why not?
Push it out. Will you be good? I'm thinking there was no cursing. I'm thinking in my head there was no cursing. Her story was compelling, and I think it'd be good to hear from the
just a little bit of
millennials.
editing when she lost the sound and then came back. Okay, we can do that.
Interesting, right?
Very simple. What else is cooking?
We got a lot cooking. We've got a big day lined up. We've got Mary Marabito joining us. We're going to see what she's been creating during the quarantine. We've got Patty with Fem City joining us today. It's Wednesday. And on our 1 o'clock hour, we've got Kenny Love from the Florida Love Show, along with Ann Dector. So actually speaking with Ann will be joining us at 1 o'clock. We got a lot going on. And as we close out our week, we're going full swing into Mother's Day.
When is Mother's Day?
A week from Sunday, I think.
Really?
Yep.
I've lost all consciousness of time.
I know. Everybody has. It's hard to believe that Friday is May 1st already. I mean, the month of April has just been crazy gone, right? Tomorrow's the last day of April. You know what they say, though? Literally, April showers bring May flowers. So
Not in Florida. It's drought season in April, and everything turns yellow.
metaphorically, I mean.
Yeah,
Metaphorically, the April showers of what we have all been through, we're going to have a rebirth and a blooming come May 1st. So starting Friday, which is kind of coincidental things.
Coincidental.
The things are opening up. I don't know how I feel about it. I haven't seen what's coming out as far as what's opening, but what I've been told, I'm a little not so sure I'm comfortable with all of this. But it doesn't mean you have to frequent some of the establishments that have opened up.
She's like a batter. She's like the Energizer Bunny.
That's what I'm thinking. If they're opening up gyms, I love working
Why
out.
would you open up a gym? Let's start there.
I've been told the gyms are opening up.
They're going to open up gyms.
They're announcing today when they're going to open it up.
I've been told
Doesn't
that
a
gyms are
gym
opening up as an
require
indoor
people-
recreation facility.
Yeah, but doesn't a gym require people to use machines?
Yes.
And this and that?
And
I mean,
hence,
I've been
like-
to a gym.
Think of like arcades, bowling, gyms.
Arcades,
They're going to
bowling
open up a
gyms.
bowling alley, too. I used to own a bowling alley.
Yeah, so
I don't get it.
It leaves me to
I don't get it.
reassess opening up your business cautiously is all I can hope for people to do.
Now,
and I love going to the gym, but just the thought of still touching and sharing and breathing, and I can't go to the gym with a mask on because you can't take in oxygen like that when you're running. So that's a whole nother level of things.
I wanted to ask you that I see people that are on bicycles all over the city, and they're not wearing any mask. It's because you can't breathe through it? Is that what it is? Well, I would think the perpetration of the perspiration
The penetration of the
and the
perspiration.
penetration of the perspiration when you're driving around a bike is probably high intensity.
Although, here's my other thought on it. They say 6 feet. If you're riding your bicycle and there's no one else around you, then clearly you're more than 6 feet away from another human being breathing.
But where does the droplets of what comes out of you go? Don't they go into the atmosphere?
Well, what goes up must come down, so eventually it's going to go
if it
down.
goes up, if you look at the droplets,
But if there's no one around you and you don't see anyone, it's not like you're going to run into a sneeze.
how do you know you don't?
You just make sure there's no one ahead of you who just sneezed, is all I can tell you. The sneezing thing, I got to tell you, I'm a little creeped out over the whole sneezing thing. Not the breathing, but the sneezing.
Have you seen the thing on Facebook where the guy was cutting another guy's hair and he coughed? And the guy smacks him in the
You showed
face
it to me.
and everything else. You see that? That happens to me at home.
You should
If I
have some
cough,
TJ.
Linda comes in, she smacks me with all sorts of gizmos and throws water at me and the towel and everything. I almost drown.
It's so funny, and all these chemicals, all these things that we use, the hand sanitizers and everything, they make people sneeze. So yeah,
It's
tell
the-
sneezing thing. I don't know.
And you're a very clean maniac. Everything,
try.
you're always cleaning.
I try. Things just aren't usually clean enough. I'm not OCD clean. I do try to
No,
clean.
you are OCD clean.
OCD clean means I would have mopped the floor, and I still have yet to do
No,
that.
you don't want to mop the floor because this is a big floor.
I
And
know.
this is a real
it's,
big
a, it's,
challenge.
it's an hour
You
of
go,
mopping.
the
I
way
know.
she works it, ladies and gentlemen, she goes, boy, I really want to mop the floor. And she looks at me. Boy, I wish this floor was mopped. I wish somehow the magic mop man would come and mop. You did that with Hector and he mopped. You did it with DJ and he mopped. You got me and I mopped. I know how you work now.
I was going to do it last night, but it was 5:30, and I know it's a good hour to mop
No, you
this
had to
floor.
hang this. You had to do this.
So I did this instead. I had to do something.
That's
You know my
hilarious.
level of energy, right? I had to do something and I had to weigh it out. I could hang a new banner or I could mop the floor.
Maybe you can change the oil in my car. It needs an oil change.
I need to change the air filter next. That's coming next. I just
And we
got to
want to
get the
go back to
ladder out here.
that.
I just got to
We're
get the
down
ladder
to
out.
3 light bulbs in the waiting
We got to
area.
do that also. I know a lot of
You're
things
gonna get up
to
there
do.
too and do that?
Got to maintain the business. Got to water the plants. Got to water. There's a lot of things to
Don't
do.
water the plants. You almost drowned them.
You know, Teddy's looking at me. We haven't watered them in 10 days.
That lady says you water them once a month. They're like
No.
the Sahara. Yeah,
There's
call her.
one. It was like this, and now it's like this.
It's not like that. It was like this and now it's like this. It's fine.
Like this and like this.
Yeah, and you washed away all the dirt. What happened to the dirt in the plant? It's gone. You saw that, right? Everybody's looking around going, didn't this plant have dirt? You washed it away.
The dirt went.
You disintegrated the poor flower, the poor
I
plant.
don't know where it went, but give us a call, 888-994-4995. We've got a lot of fun coming up. We're actually doing a taste test. We're doing a sample market taste test on Gubba Rum. It is wicked smooth. We've got Gubba Rum Gold and Gubba Rum Silver. So far, I've done the silver. It is infused with coconut, and I've tried it with pineapple juice. Next, our commercial break, I will try the Gubba Rum Vanilla. What can I mix that with? We're going to see
What do you want?
cranberry juice.
There's cranberry juice.
Or I can just continue the pineapple juice.
You can do whatever you
And
want.
see how that rolls out.
You know, the difference between this and other rums is that this is very smooth.
It is really good, I have to say.
I mean, you could put a straw to this thing. It's so smooth because you
right
don't.
through your mask,
Right through. Don't steal my idea. I call my attorney. We're working on it.
patented it.
I can't patent in it.
Patented.
How much of that stuff did you drink?
Just this.
Patented in it.
Just this. That's
You
all I
cannot
can tell you.
patent it in it.
You should.
The patent office is closed.
It probably is.
Everything's
Actually, we're going to call the
closed.
tax collector's office. You had a question, though, before we bring our guests over.
Yeah.
Something from New York City you were waiting to ask
Oh,
me in
yes,
the 12
yes,
o'clock
yes,
hour.
yes. Now, I'm going to say it now because there's not many people watching right now, which is a good thing. There was something that occurred yesterday in Brooklyn, New York, among the Hasidic Jews. Did you see this? A rabbi died. And you know that when a rabbi, well, I don't have to tell you, I didn't know that when a rabbi dies, the community, all 50,000 of them, show up and they walked down the streets of Brooklyn. And this is what occurred yesterday. And they had masks on, but they were all arm in arm. And the New York City Police Department had to come in and forcefully break this thing apart. So it turned into like a revolt. And now, if there's anybody in New York that's watching, like my sister's there, if you guys are in New York and you want to come down, what's the phone number?
888-994-4995.
And the reason that I'm bringing this up is because these are traditions that go back for hundreds of years, from what I understood. And New York City Police Department did not want to break it up, but they were ordered to because of what's going on right now.
Separation of church and state, huh?
Well, separation of blue versus black, the
I
way
know.
I saw it.
Yeah.
But they got into it. I mean, it got hot and heavy. So I wanted to get your, because I know you're Jewish, I wanted to get your background. When is it okay to say, listen, we understand, I mean, he's a rabbi, which is high in the community, in your community. And they wanted to continue that tradition, but they wouldn't go home. They stayed in the streets. They would not go home. They invaded the corners and everything else in big clusters, again, going against what has been asked us to do. So I just want to get your feeling on that.
I don't think it has anything to do with being Jewish. It just has to do with tradition. I think Hispanic as well. My parents lost a very dear friend to coronavirus last week, I believe. And he and his wife were quarantined in their high-rise in Manhattan for 3 weeks. They never left the apartment, not even to go to the mailbox. Somehow his wife contracted it and she got better. He got it, and within 8 days, he passed in New York City. Very spiritual family. They're Sephardic Jews. Huge family in Deal, New Jersey. And they were told, just like Wayne tells us, is that the funerals continue, a maximum of 10 people. They have like 80 grandchildren and like 125 great-grandchildren because they're huge families. You can't even mourn together as with siblings. They've got 8 children. They can't even bring the families together. But they were saying in clusters of 10, and it was the hardest
But that's
thing.
family.
And that's just family. It is the hardest thing to do. So people are heeding it. It's tradition. It's paying your respects. It has nothing to do with religion. I think it's just to do with
hold
tradition.
on, because if a priest dies, they're not going to do that. They're not going to go into the streets.
But that might not be the tradition.
Okay, let's back up. Maybe I didn't explain it correctly.
That they were Jewish, I understand.
They were Hasidic Jews.
Yeah, very
And it wasn't
extremely
10.
Orthodox.
It wasn't 20. I mean, it could have been 1,000 of them out there, maybe more. I mean, the numbers, the whole street was covered. But my question isn't about the tradition. I
It's a
get
hard-
that. That's
it's a
why they
hard
did it.
answer. It's
But
an
what do you
ethical-
do? Do you tell them? I mean, they tried to tell them you got to go home, and they were breaking them up. They didn't want to arrest them. You could tell. But then the pushing and the shoving became a little bit.
Then it gets a little.
It
Right.
got out of hand.
Yeah,
It
that's
did
what
get out of
happens.
hand. It made the news. But I just.
It's just so
But what
sad.
what do you do? Maybe. Again, how do you do this? How do you? And when a rabbi dies, traditionally, what happens when a rabbi dies?
I mean, in my mind, I always say, just like we say where you're buried, it's your body and your soul continues to live on. You can pray at home as well as you can pray in a house of worship. So they say, house of worship. In my opinion, you can pray anywhere. You can mourn someone anywhere. But it's the community coming together. What do? Have a Zoom funeral? It's really hard to
But
see
is
what
it different
you can do.
because he's a rabbi?
Only because I think his community is probably so far-reaching, and he is probably taught Hasidic, again, tremendous-sized families, about paying respects. I think we're Reform. God forbid it happened to one of our rabbis. I would probably have that same amount of outpour from the synagogue. I mean, you think how many families? We have 1,200 families. Families, right? And again, your impressions times that over how many people in a family would come out for this. It's a hard call. It's
I'm
really a
gonna
hard
tell
call.
you, it not only put a burden, not a burden, but it was a burden. It put a big pressure on the police
It's
department
just
as
a
well.
sad situation.
It is, and I don't know. I wanted to ask you because I had never seen that. They go to the streets. I remember when I was in New York and there was the Italian feast, and I was part of that. And they bring out the Virgin Mary, and thousands of people were there. I'll never forget that. And they were pinning money on this statue that goes down. And I'll never forget the numbers that came out just for that one walk, which was tremendous.
Yeah.
So yes, I could see that being an issue it's just a little bit strange watching what needs to be done. And when people get angry, man, they get angry. You see the walks and the protests and everything else going out there.
It's a lot. It's political, it's spiritual, it's ethical. Everyone's trying to save lives, but spiritually you say you have faith in God and you keep going. I mean, there's so many different levels to this, and there is no right, in my opinion, there is no right or wrong on how to handle it. I think if it were to happen in our community, the synagogue as a whole would say, please mourn the best you can. This is the situation we're at. Please respect the family and please respect where we're at, and we will do what we need to do on a closed ceremony, and then when things open up, we will do it differently.
Gotcha.
I think that's how our synagogue would handle it.
And I want to briefly, real fast, also mention that I was wrong. I want to apologize. The air on an airplane gets recirculated every 2 minutes.
Yeah, but
Well, according to the FAA,
I've got a lot of buts.
According to the FAA, they said that I was wrong for saying that the air does not circulate. It does circulate every 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And then I said if somebody fluctuates, what they call that? Fluctuation? What they call that?
farts.
Yeah. If somebody farts in the air in the airplane, it lingers for more than 2 minutes.
For sure.
I can tell you that because I sat next to a toilet once, in front of a toilet on a plane, and a guy went in there. When he came out, it was like 2 hours.
Can I tell you what's worse than that? And then we're going to take a break and bring over our guests. Just the smell of the sprays in your household bathroom.
I
Just
only
when you
have one
try-
spray.
And what that spray the smell of it lasts forever.
Yeah.
It lingers. It permeates.
It goes down into the house. Linda says, "Did you spray?" I go, "Yeah." She says, "Lysol."
Sometimes I think it's better. I don't know what's better. The spray, I don't even know. It's a whole nother thing.
No, it ain't. The spray is killing
It's
the
just a
fungi.
mask.
If it's lingering through your house, you have fungus, lemungus.
No, I think you've just got a good air conditioning system that's sending it through.
Is that what it is?
I think so.
But the airlines are now they're going to be mandated to hand out masks
think it's a
and
great
take
that I
temperatures
like.
and questions.
I'm actually going to order a thermometer for our studio. So the question is, do I have to stand at the door and take everyone's temperature when they come in?
I think that we're going to have to talk about that because I think you're going to have to put a tent outside. It has to be done outside. I don't want to do it inside.
Okay.
And then you take a temperature. If
We
they
can have like a code knock, and then you go outside and take their temperature. What kind of tent?
I may have one of the kids stand out there, give them an AC and something to drink and a sandwich, and then we'll take turns. And you take the thermometer, you put it right here. And if it's anything above 98.6, if it's 98, I don't know, 98.7.
I'm thinking 99 point.
Anything above 99. You have to ask the questions. Have you been sick? Do you know if you're sick? Where were you? And I'm sorry, you have to go home and come back another day.
Agreed.
And it isn't that I want to do that,
Not at
but
all.
you know, you have to.
There's
do what
nothing
you
I
have
want
to.
more than to have our family back here. That I can tell you for sure. It
But
is
safely, slowly and safely wins the race.
every day. You know, you can't even say it's a good day or a bad day. There are moments, and I can have a great day and then have a sad moment. I'm sure everybody's in the same boat. We're going to take a quick break. 888-994-4995. When we come back, we've got Fem City in the house, and we've got Mary Marabito. So stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
Let's all welcome a new sponsor to the show. It's AMP2 TV, the first and only internet production company that's truly plugged in. When you're looking for a full-service internet TV radio production company, discover AMP2 TV, a full-service production company that can provide all streaming videos in studio or remotely. They offer web page development, and they use all the latest platforms to help make all your business selling points more powerful. They can do remotes or live radio streaming as well as tape productions for social media platforms and television. AMP2 TV can handle all of your television needs, including closed caption for a perfect on-air telecast. Choose from a variety of creative TV and radio packages or visit one of their many studios to get your creative juices flowing. Come and see why AMP2 TV works with many major companies, including Comcast, Bravo, and Fox 29, as well as individuals and businesses of all types and sizes. To see samples of their work or to find out more, visit their website at amp2.tv. That's AMP, the number 2.tv, or call them at 866-224-5422. Feel free to call for a quote or just a consult of how to put your business on a social media platform or radio platform, or just doing a show that is covered by all platforms. Call 866-224-5422 and make an appointment. That's 866-224-5422.
The way you live your life says a lot about you. The way you choose to commemorate your lifetime can say even more. It's a single event that speaks volumes. So how do you celebrate a life? Dignity Memorial Providers believe that your memorial service should be as unique as you are, reflecting your personality and your passions. It should be a perfectly tailored send-off, a fitting tribute for family and friends to celebrate the person they love. We're professionals at catering to your every need, right down to the catering. In fact, no detail is too small. So when it comes time for a fitting tribute, we'll see that your final wishes are beautifully fulfilled. It's what Dignity Memorial Providers are known for. And why you should rely on us to see that your life is well celebrated. The celebration of a lifetime begins here.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
And we're back.
And we're back. We're trying the next rum, is all I can tell you. Gubba rum. We've got Mary Marabito joining us, who we miss, who was always here painting in our studio. We haven't seen her, in a month? Over a month? I'm trying to think when we stopped seeing her. We're going to have to ask Mary. I think she wasn't here for March or April, Freddie.
I saw Mary.
There she is. Hey, Mary, how are you doing?
Hi, nice to see you.
We miss you.
I miss you too.
Can't wait to have you back in. She's always in her turquoise. She looks beautiful.
Mary, where are you exactly?
I'm in my home in Boca.
What
on the
part of the
Intercoastal.
home? I said my home. Yes. What part of the home?
The living room. I made it into a studio.
That's what I wanted to get at, because you got a lot of stuff going on in there.
Well, for today's show, I added a few more things all over. I wanted you to get to see a broad view of all the different directions I've been in.
I love it. So have you painted all of those while you've been home quarantining?
No, the big one, yes. And some of them I've been working on in your studio, that little one with the
Yes.
Italy boats and things. And a
So how are
couple
you
of them
doing?
I'm doing good. I can still create, it doesn't stop me. I still belong to the Plein Air Art Group, and they have a program called In Your Backyard, which you can paint and post your work online, and they can give it a critique if you want that.
Oh, that's interesting. So people are still critiquing. That's a good idea, actually.
Yeah. They use the Meetup platform. It works well.
I was going to tell Mary that I had a dream where people were calling our artists and they wanted them to paint things that they were dreaming. Did you see the report that came out, how this has made people start dreaming in color? There's all sorts of dreams happening, and they explain the reason why. And it's a natural phenomenon. Did you read this?
What's the reason?
There's many reasons, but the most, it's the anxiety, it's the fear, it's the unknown and everything else. And there are lots of dreams coming forward now. People dreaming about past, when they were younger, or other things that they don't understand. And I had this dream that they called you, Mary, and they said, I want you to paint my dream. So I was going to create the Paint My Dream program.
I love that idea. Actually, that is fantastic.
I know, I just got it. And the reason I get it is I'm looking at the piece that you did, that you have behind you, And can you imagine if you have a dream, you call an artist, you sit with the artist for 15 or 20 minutes, and let her capture your dream. It could be black or white, or it could be in color.
I love that idea.
Right? Because there are different meanings to different dreams. But it just came to me that these dreams are what an artist gets to do every day. They get to conjure up their dreams and put it on canvas.
It's right. It's right. And it isn't always the same thing every day.
How has this been for you? Has it changed what you're painting? Has it changed your mindset being home?
Not necessarily. I mean, I've been doing some smaller pieces that I put online on a site called EBTH, and they sell my work on an internet auction. So I'm reduced to smaller paintings for shipping. But I like to draw. I like to paint big too. So this one I had done about a month ago, and it is really what I see when I look out the window at where I live. And
Wow.
so I like water, I like boats. It's pretty much stayed the same in that theme.
Your boats. They're beautiful. We have your
Right.
boats here. What I want to do is when all of this settles down and we can reopen one at a time, we have the artists come in, we rehang their art, and then we do another artist and rehang their art. And we've talked about this to shift the energy, to move things around. Maybe we bring in Mary's beach scene in here since we're not using the network studio right now. We need a change of, at least I do, you might not. And change some things around, I think would be a great idea.
Every time I come in
That
here,
would
you
be-
changes something around.
I'm thinking.
Yeah, I bet. Mary, how can
you-
people call you? I want to get this paint the dream.
I think
call
that's
an
a great
artist.
idea.
I want to get this. We got to name it, but I want to get this going. I want to see if people call you what they come up with and say, "Listen, this is the dream I had. Can you paint it?" So how can they reach you if they wanted to participate in something like this?
They can call my number on my business card, which is right here. I know you have it too, but I have it available.
I have it over there.
Oh, look at her card.
Yeah, I got that.
781-888. What's the rest of it?
781-888.
1444.
1444.
And I would like to start if you have a dream, call an artist and see what artist can capture. I mean, she's good. This is Miss America.
Mrs. Massachusetts, actually. How is your family doing? Are they in Massachusetts?
Well, my brother is living with me. He's been traveling prior, and he needed me to settle him down. So he's here, my youngest brother,
Okay.
and the rest of the family is all over the place.
How is everyone feeling? How's everyone doing?
Everyone's fine, thank goodness. Everything's fine. We're all in lockdown, self-isolation, and all that.
We are very fortunate, I have to say, as the majority of people we have spoken to are fine. And that, I have to say,
Good.
is tremendous news. Better than, I know you've had some friends and family you've lost in New York. But as a whole, if you're looking at percentages, more people than not tell us they're fine physically. They're doing okay.
Yeah,
So
they're
I
doing
think
good.
that's amazing.
It is.
And the artists are continuing to create. What are you working on next?
Actually, I have 3 or 4 that I'm working on simultaneously. I'll spend like an hour on one and flip it. I brought them with me. I can tell you what I like and don't like about each one.
Okay. What
This
do you
is a
like about
scene.
this one?
I like the design, but it needs something major in here, like a sale something, a point of reference. But I don't like the same continuity of the greenish blue water as the greenish blue foliage. One or the other has to get a color change.
She
that's
knows this
one.
before she finishes it.
Pretty
Yeah,
much.
I do. And this is one that I was working on in Boston because
Oh,
I
that's
used to
nice.
live. And this is the custom house right here. Let me
Nice.
see. Yeah, right there. And this yellow boat is owned by a friend of mine. And so I wanted to get the shadows, the afternoon light. This is coming along. It just needs detail.
Very nice.
I love that.
And I just thought it'd be fun to see an unfinished painting. So clearly this is the background that's waiting for the main feature, which would probably be a sailboat under sail right here.
You love sailboats.
I
does.
do. And I find that the water images sell well too. This is actually a well-known dock in Martha's Vineyard called Coastwise Wharf, It has this unique shape, and the boats all collect. In the summer, you don't even see the docks because they're covered with boats. But people who've been there, this is special.
So beautiful. I love the piece in Boston. I love the Custom House. It makes me think of, we had a woman running for congresswoman on yesterday, and everyone's talking about politics and whoever you like or don't like for whatever reasons or not reasons. We live in the United States of America for reasons, right? And we're very blessed to live here. And the fact that you
Yes.
have a piece with the Custom House, to me, just takes us back to our founding fathers as to why we were founded, and that history stays there. And I love that you have the old of the Custom House and the new at the boats. And in my mind, it's kind of how history has emerged all in one. He thinks I'm crazy, but I love that. It's so different from most of your pieces because you have
True.
the docks and the sand. I don't often see buildings in your pieces. So to me, it just brings back history. And I think that's a piece that I can't wait to see you finish. I think that's a piece people are going to want to buy to remember the times that we're in right now.
Right, and I fully agree. I spend a lot of time in Boston. I'm scheduled to go to Boston for the summer. I usually go to Martha's Vineyard, and it's a great place to paint. Everything's on hold right now. I don't know for sure, but I have a girlfriend who's a nurse in the Boston hospitals, and she is so ready for a vacation that I can't tell her that we should cancel. I'm just waiting to see what happens.
Bring her here. Bring her to your house.
And then
Oh,
we're sending
she's-
we're sending you to the Keys, and then we're sending to Cuba, and we just keep going.
The
You know,
one thing
this-
that is great here is all these restaurants that are open, that are on the piers, that are on the waters. Once they social distance, and we get those up in Palm Beach, on Palm Beach Island, Boynton Beach has a great inlet. The Tiki Hut that we go to, I think that'll be great too. You can have kind of like a vacation, staycation, be outside, not in the indoors. It'll be hot,
Even with the Palm Beach, the Plein Air Palm Beach group that encourages you to paint nearby with self-isolation, there's so many things I can paint within a walk, or I could just pull my art supplies in my cart and go within 1 block right or 1 block left and get a water view and beautiful palm trees and just exactly what I like to paint.
It is so true. I told you, when I go for walks now, the birds that I have never seen out are now out. What you see in nature here in South Florida is so tremendous that you can paint and sit among
But
the
that's why
nature.
everybody up north likes to come down south, because it's a little chilly up there, it's a little gray up there, and when you get down here, all of a sudden color gets vivid.
Yeah. And it really has here.
It has. 42 years I lived in New York. When I first came down here, I says, my God, the oceans are blue, and the sand is
Yes.
yellow. In New York, they were gray.
Really?
Yeah.
And Gray, I grew up in Buffalo, New York, and then I lived most of my adult life in Boston. So I'm with you, Freddie. It was just like that. But in the summer, I went crazy and painted every day.
It's funny because there's a gentleman who took pictures of when New York was vibrant, when it was alive. And then he just went back up in the air, and it looks like a ghost town. But the pictures that he took now makes the buildings stunning. But they're all vacant. There isn't a soul on the street. There isn't a car moving. And he showed the before and after. It's pretty eerie. But she reminds me when I first came down here, how color has definition here. It changes your whole life. That's why everybody loves Florida.
That's why I love the art that we get to have here. I'm looking around yesterday, I'm thinking, well, what can we change? And that's when you know it's a good sign or not a good sign. It's a good sign for me to bring the artist back in to say we need to change some things up. It's a bad sign for Freddie. It means we got to change some things up, and he's going to go, oh no, here she goes again.
I
But
know.
it's- but
When
it's-
I was in the studio, I heard these conversations. I had a laugh.
Yeah, because she moves things around. I'm just like, what? And then they don't even ask. They just do it now. They just get up there and boom, boom, boom. I wanted to ask you, do you think that you are a more, I got to use the right word, a more forceful, vibrant artist here in Florida, or more forceful, vibrant in Boston?
Here in Florida, because it's round the clock. It's the color and pretty much the weather is the same summer, winter, fall, and spring. So every day is a painting day. Whereas in Boston, you pick and choose based on the weather.
This is why they say the people from up north have a different mentality than the people
True.
down south.
To come down here.
When I first came to Florida and it was a beautiful sunny day, I was surprised everybody wore suits and went to work. Like in cold climates, when it's a beautiful day, you take a day off. There's
I know.
so few of them.
Well, here, no one would ever work.
And I'm
Right.
going to tell you, I love Boston, but man, it was always great in Boston when I went. Because John Hancock,
Yeah.
I worked for them, and they used to be at the John Hancock building. I used to have to go there every so often to get trained. What a party town. Boston was the best. But it was always great.
They've got great food, though.
The best seafood in the world comes from Boston, I got to tell you. They still do that I don't know about now, but they still do the best soup in Boston contest.
Well, the
The
soup
clam
they
chowder,
like, clam chowder, the New England.
the best clam chowder. And
and
the
the
biggest,
reason it's good is it has a lot of rich cream in it, which
I
is
don't care what I got
tasty.
in it. I don't care. One cream
You're right.
ain't gonna kill me. And I went to the best. I went every year. I used to go to the best. And the lobsters, they said, what is the biggest lobster off of in Boston? One of the biggest ones you can catch.
The Maine lobster?
Yeah. And they had a contest throughout the city. I mean, the best. It was, boy, there's nothing like Boston. It's a great sports town. There are
Yes.
champions coming out of Boston. Got to tip my hat because you guys got the best football and baseball teams I've ever seen in my life. And now the hockey team this year was doing really well until the season ended, or if they're going to bring it back. Just a great sports town, great people.
Red Sox are old too, by the way.
The Red Sox what?
All of baseball, professional baseball is on hold.
I just read today they are coming out with a plan in 2 weeks. They're going to resume the
Good.
season.
Good,
So it's
good.
coming back.
That's a big thing in Boston, the Red Sox in Fenway Park.
Now let me ask you something. Can you paint?
You know, we got to get some Gubba rum to Miss Massachusetts because it's originated from Boston.
It is.
We
That's-
should have had her do the commercial.
We're gonna need a Boston accent.
Pardon me?
Can you say it's wicked smooth?
It's wicked smooth.
There you go.
From Boston accent.
Mary, thank you so much. I can't wait to get you back here, get some of your new paintings up here. We love you.
Thank you.
Stay safe.
I love you guys. I'll be back and see you when we can real soon.
Fantastic. Bye, honey.
I gotta admit,
It's wicked smooth.
she's amazing, amazing. And I call
Always
her Miss
has a
America.
smile.
I don't call her Miss Boston. There's no such thing as Miss Massachusetts.
Always has a smile on her face. Go to
Yeah, Miss
commercial break.
Massachusetts.
When we come back, we're going to talk to Patty.
Say Miss Universe.
Miss Universe?
Say Miss America.
Miss America.
That's what I want you to say.
All right, Miss America. We're going to talk to Patty Goldenberg. Is she Miss America too?
Yes, she is.
All
She's
right.
the Miss America of the Femme
See
organization.
what's happening with Fem City, so stay tuned, and we'll be right back. If a tree falls in the woods and no one is around to hear it, does it make a sound? Have you ever felt that your voice goes unheard? And you think that you can make a difference if only someone would listen? It's time for women in business to have a place to step into your power, a platform to embrace your hopes, dreams, and your visions, a voice to heal and restore. Your voice can make a difference. We have a platform you deserve to share your story and let your voice be heard. Be kind to yourself. Give yourself the chance to be heard and shine bright. Contact New Dawn Media by texting CAFE to 55312. That's CAFE to 55312. Or call us at 866-224-5422. Your voice can make a difference.
Healing Moments Wellness Boutique specializes in integrating scientific and ancient therapies to relieve physical, emotional, and psychological distress. Through the power of touch, coaching, and meditation, clients experience pain relief, relaxation, healing, and detoxification. Contact Healing Moments Wellness Boutique at 561-931-2187 and experience Boca Raton's Healing Haven. Enjoy the benefits of an individualized treatment plan to help find your feelings of peace, complete balance, and wellness. Call Healing Moments today, 561-931-2187, and be rejuvenated.
Welcome to your vacation staycation. And what better way to kick back than to blend up a sweet pina colada, a smooth mojito, or just a nice stiff rum and coke? If you want true relaxation and enjoyment, then you want Gubba Rum. Gubba Rum is a unique rum infusion. Gubba Silver Rum is infused with real shredded coconut, and Gubba Rum Gold is infused with real shredded vanilla bean. Both are made with certified organic ingredients. Each infused Gubba Rum is 35% ABV, 70 proof, and as we say in Boston, wicked smooth. So if you're looking for the best combination of taste, smoothness, quality, and price, your clear choice is Gubba Rum. If you want that wicked smooth taste for yourself or your vacation, staycation, visit GubbaRum.com to find your closest liquor store that carries Gubba Rum Gold and Gubba Rum Silver. Gubba Rum, it's wicked smooth.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
My hand hurt.
And we're back at the Brooklyn Cafe Show and a wonderful Wednesday. That was the beautiful artwork of Mary Marabito that you can find right here at the Brooklyn Cafe TV gallery. As soon as we get reopened, we're going to bring people in. We can put a red, what do they call the ropes? And have people stand 6 feet apart and bring them in one at a time. We can do a gallery view.
You had to put blue lines on the floor.
Could do that too. We can do a gallery view. We'll have Michelle curate that.
And are you going to be giving people masks to wear on the premises?
Absolutely. I'm going to call promo stuff for you. I'm going to get some of the promotional masks made.
Or are you going to get promotional masks made? Why don't you just get the paper mask?
You can do that too. I'll see what they're offering.
You can the way you go through people, it'll be 1,000 masks a week.
Yeah, I don't think so. Not anymore. Things are changing. We gotta follow some rules. and keep everyone
Everybody
safe.
wants to get out of the house. Everybody's going stir crazy.
I know. Speaking of stir crazy, I have been stirring up some Gubba Rum, and I got to tell you, I'm liking the silver with the pineapple for today. Tomorrow we'll try maybe the vanilla and Coke. You said.
It's dark, so it'll probably go better with a dark drink.
See what happens with that. Teddy shaking her head. Yes. Let's bring Patty Goldenberg over. Patty of Fem City. How you doing, Patty?
Hello, how are you?
That is your new home office, I see.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
How are you
Here
doing?
in the family room. We're doing okay. Social distancing, working virtually, just like everybody else.
Have you gotten out of the house? Have you been doing things?
A little bit. I have about every 10 days, I will make a grocery run with, mask and gloves and wipes and all that good stuff. And we have gone to one of the federal parks up in kind of West Boca and gotten out and enjoyed a little fresh air and nature as opposed to just around our lake here in our neighborhood. But that's about it, really.
Are any of your boys home with you?
Not right now. I believe my youngest son, who finishing his last exam tomorrow at UF, I think he is coming home to stay for a week or two. He's been social distancing in his house up there, and so I think we'll have him home over Mother's Day for a couple of weeks.
And that's how you know you're only going to the grocery store every 10 days. Because if your 3 boys
Yes.
were home, you'd be at the grocery store a whole lot more.
I will be making a big trip before he comes, and I don't know that I'll be able to get enough. I have enough room to store for 10 days when a 21-year-old comes.
Pretty much sure. I was thinking about it. I was talking to someone the other day. A lot of our friends' kids have come home that are in New York, that are in Boston, that have jobs, and they're not working right now, so they're all home. So now you've gone from feeding 2 to feeding your family again, plus spouses and significant others, their food bills, their laundry bills, their electric bills. Right, the kids are saving money, but now mom and dad are covering all the other expenses. Did you do like a collection, you think?
Did you not hear that because Chuck is a first responder, you get Tide services for free.
What services?
Tide, Tide, the cleaning.
Really?
Yeah. No?
I don't know.
Do you know what a Tide service is?
I know there's one on military. It's a dry cleaner or a laundromat?
It's a laundromat and dry cleaner, and first responders, families, and them get it for free. I thought everybody knew this.
That's really nice.
You seem to have cutting edge knowledge on what first responders
Everything
get for
free, baby. Starbucks.
I don't
First
know anything
responders,
for free.
Free coffee.
I did
It's been
hear
going on for weeks.
I did hear AT&T is offering
Yes.
free first responders.
for
So
3 months.
you should check that out on your phone bill.
We're checking in. Looks like they said Freddie.
That's what I was
But
thinking.
Linda's portion of the bill, yes.
Okay, good.
And also, McDonald's, you get free food, breakfast, lunch, and dinner until May 5th. I don't know if you're going to want to eat that, but
Yeah, I don't know.
And all free.
It's all, you know what? You can't look a gift horse in the mouth,
Gotta
right?
cut down them prices.
Can't look a gift. Yeah, you have to do it. I got an email from FemCity, and I was so impressed with the amount of online classes you guys are offering. What we'd like to do, we were talking at commercial break. We don't have a commercial for FemCity. We should create, I don't know if you have a commercial for FemCity. We should
We will
create a
have to
commercial
do
for
so.
FemCity on how to get people to join, to get involved, a link they can log into, and how to contact you.
We will definitely have to talk about how to do that. I will check with Violet, our FemCity founder and CEO. We're lucky enough to have her right here in Miami where this all began. And so we'll have to connect and see what we can put together.
Do you remember the first time you opened the doors to FemCity? The first day?
I was not around when FemCity first started in Miami or in Boca Del Rey. I came along, it's probably 7 years ago. I joined Boca Del Rey as a member, and then I am coming on 5 years as president of the Boca Del Rey chapter here this fall in September. It'll be 5 years.
That's amazing.
Well, the amazing thing
Right.
is that this is like starting from day one again. I mean, you still have your members and all that. That's all in the mix. But this is like starting day one all new. You remember the first day we opened up the cafe? Not the two boys and all that. I mean the cafe. You
At the
remember the first
gallery?
day? Yeah. The very first day. This is like starting all over again. This is like clean slate for those that are coming forward. And then you have big sister or big brother waiting to teach them and help them, because there has never been more of a need than now for an organization like FemCity, because it's going to help women come forward and take a chance and do it correctly so you don't mess up, and you're going to be surrounded by professionals. So think about this as a new day. The first day. It's like going to school. Remember when you used to go to school the first day and you were nervous?
You know what? You're making me think of so many things, actually.
So many things.
You're making me think that not only for a business for FemCity, it's other women supporting each other, saying, you know what, this is how I got through it, moms who have been taking care of their kids. I'm so sorry. I'm actually feeling sorry that this is just a women's group right now, because there are dads that are home taking care of their kids. There are dads that are single parents that are trying to balance school and work and doing these things. You should start a support group. You should start a group for dads, Freddie, because you've been there, you've done it.
But
Women,
Dawn,
we're really lucky. We've got amazing resources. I don't know if men have resources.
But Dawn, you got to look at the balance of this. We get to witness what you guys are doing. You know, it isn't always that men have to match up to what women do.
I'm not saying match up, but I think they need support also
men
right
get
now.
it. If men look at what women are doing and just open their eyes, you know, you sit down, you have a cup of coffee, have a drink or something, and just witness about what's unfolding in front of you, you can actually appreciate what your significant other, it could be even your sister, maybe somebody in your family, is doing. And there is the balance. It isn't about opening up and doing this. Take a change. Let's do things a little bit different.
You've got some great online programs happening this week.
We do. And again, of course, everything is virtual now, and we have things just about every day of the week. On Thursdays, we have new online classes at noon. Every single week. Tomorrow's is how to create great email copy, email content, and sequences. Every Wednesday, we have online networking and we have group coaching. On Mondays, we have a Monday night chat series. Last month, it was all about, well, I say last month, April. We're still here in April. But for April, it was all about happiness. And as we move into May, it's about how to get back on track, which I think we're all kind of slowly but surely, hopefully, getting back on track. On Sundays, we're still doing our virtual book club. Sunday mornings, we're doing Violet De Alla's Self-Guided Guru, life lessons for the everyday human. So we're doing chapters on that every single Sunday. And of course, locally here in Boca Del Rey, last week we had our very first virtual connection luncheon.
How
So
was it?
that was pretty interesting. It worked out great. I don't know how many of us were actually eating, but we had about 25 women on the Zoom chat, and it was great. We had a little exercise from Mary Owens, who is a certified life coach and divorce professional, and she guided us on ways to channel the emotions behind fear and how to move past that. And then everybody went around. We shared, our business. Femme shout outs to another woman who has helped you, like a gratitude shout out. We all had a win that we shared and an ask. And it was a really nice afternoon. I believe May is going to look about the same as April as far as our local events. We're not planning anything in person as of yet. We'll see how the weeks go. But we'll certainly have some more ways to connect locally here online.
Who picks the book for a book club?
Ask her.
Who picks the book to read for the book club?
Violet asked for suggestions. We have a Facebook members only, Fem City members only Facebook group. And she asked for suggestions on topics for the classes, and she asked for suggestions on the book club. We are doing a summer book club in Boca del Rey. It's something we've done in the past 3 years. And we currently have a few topics that we are asking members to vote on for our own summer book club that we'll do not as a series, but in one event. And hopefully that will be in person this summer.
And you have authors as part of your club as well?
We do have several members who have written books.
Do you make them part of the book club deal? Like they'll give books so that you can have your. I mean, I kind of think that's kind of cool. If I wrote a book, will people read it? Well, you got book clubs. That's the best way of getting it read, right?
People are doing a lot of book clubs now.
But you have to dress the part. You ever seen how people? I learned this from Linda. She used to have a book club, and they used to dress the part of the book.
Really?
Yes. So if it was Old
So-
English, it had to be Old English. Okay?
Freddie, how would you dress as a self-guided guru or an everyday human?
The Ami Salami, what's his name? With the turban and the vest and the genie pants.
Equally
Why?
offensive to everyone.
Why is that offensive? What's the name of the book? Like an
Genie?
Aladdin. Like an Aladdin.
Okay.
No good? What was the name of the book? What was the name of the book? What was the question you asked me?
So how would you dress as self-guided guru?
A self-guided guru. I believe I control.
Like a Buddha, you would dress?
Yeah, something of that kind of nature where you control your own destiny. Why is it that everyone thinks when they talk about peace, inner peace, they think of the Taj Mahal
And meditation, right?
and meditation? Do you even know what the Taj Mahal does? I would bet you $1 nobody in this room knows what it does.
What does it do?
I don't know.
It was built as a wedding gift to the Prince of India.
But what does it do right now?
Right now, it's
It
just
doesn't do nothing.
a historical building.
That's right. It's just a building, one of the 8 wonders of the world.
But it's beautiful.
Yes, because everybody acquaints it with
Beauty. Peace.
peace. So if I dress up the part, I look like a peaceful genie.
Patty, how do people find the information on Fem City?
You can find us at femcity.com. Click on locations to find Boca del Rey specifically. You can also find us on Facebook at Fem City at Boca del Rey.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Patty. Let's talk about putting a commercial
Thank
together.
you. That'd be awesome.
Stay safe.
Bye.
We'll see you soon.
Was that offensive because I said I dressed up with a turban and a genie? What's wrong with that?
And I think it was what you called the genie.
What I call the genie? Alibaba.
No, you called him like Ali Salami or something.
There was an Ali Salami. Wasn't that the name of the guy on the cartoon character?
I don't know if it was or not.
Ali Salami. Yes, when I grew up, I remember seeing it.
I love Fem City though, and I really, if there are any men groups out there, we should actually talk to Ted and Impact 100. Maybe they've got a men's group.
We have the men's group.
What's the men's
The
group?
guy who's on the show with the white hair.
Yes, we should reach out to him as well.
Well, he's the men's group. He's our men's group.
He is your men's group.
But we don't go around like Fem City. We're on the low. We're on the down low.
Think about these dads that are trying to balance it all.
How can I think about it? I was one of them.
That's what I'm saying.
I used to take the kids to school, make them breakfast, take them to school, pick them up from school, and then go to work after homework.
So imagine now you're a single dad. You're not going to work, or you are going to work, right? If you're an essential, you got your kids home. What are single parents doing right now if
I
they
don't
have
know.
to work as an essential business?
I don't know, but I got,
My system works.
that's good. I came up with a very clever idea
Okay.
for people that are not working and you want to make a couple dollars. You know the block of ice that they sell? It's like a big block of ice. You can make it if you freeze it in your house. And then you get syrups. And you get a ice shaver from Home Depot or Amazon. It's like $9.99. And you become a piragüero. You know what a
Icy-
piragüero is?
An icy truck?
Yes. And you go into the community all wrapped up in one. And you do ting, ting, ting with the little tambales. And you sell it for 35 cents a snow cone.
As old as new again.
A snow cone.
The ice cream man, I think, should be back in the neighborhoods. If some of these food trucks start driving around the neighborhoods,
But think about
I think it'd be a great business.
But think about this, ladies and gentlemen. You out there, think about this. Where are the kids?
they're home.
So if I went down a busy street with my loaded ice and no protective and everything else, nice and clean, do you think I'm going to run into maybe 500 kids a block?
I was
At
thinking,
35
think
cents
about
a
the food
cup?
truck. Think about the sweet treats we had here on that food truck. They drive around with ice cream and cakes and cupcakes, right? I think it would be
We
tremendous.
should call her. Let's get her on the line. I think you got a captive audience at home.
Let's call her.
So you bring in an ice cream truck, right? For a couple of dollars, $1 for an ice cream cone. People are gonna go nuts on this thing. And you play the music, the Mr. Softy music.
It's exactly.
It's a home run. You got a controlled environment. I can even put meat on the stick. What do they call meat on the stick?
A kebab?
That's one way. What's another one that has the corn roll, the corn
Corn on the cob?
dog,
Those used to be my favorite, by the way.
corn dog.
I know. I used
Meat
to
on the
love
stick
corn
is what
dogs.
we used to call it.
Meat on the
I
stick.
used to
Rub
tell
it
my
on your
mother,
meat.
Mommy, I need $1. I gotta get la carne on the stick.
The carne
Meat
on a stick. That's a
Hey, she used to give it to me. But think about this. You got a captive audience.
Did you have a truck called La Carne on the street?
Call what?
La Carne on the street?
La carne on the street.
That's
yeah.
funny.
I had a guy who used to do corn dogs.
Meat on the stick?
Meat on the stick.
That's
So my mother didn't
hilarious.
speak English. And my mother used to say, what? And I said, Mommy, the carne on the stick. The carne on the stick. She used to give me $1.
That is hilarious.
But think about it. You got a captive audience.
Let's give her a call.
Let's give everybody a call. If you're a piragüero, I want you to call me.
A food truck. We had them on yesterday.
Piragüero is the ice shaver.
Dodo Donuts. And their food trucks.
We want to do some business with that guy. We got to keep that guy going. I got some people that were calling
The
him
food looks
today. I hope
amazing.
they call.
I know. We're going to go to commercial break. When we come back on a 1 o'clock hour, we've got Ann Dector actually speaking with Ann, and we've got Kenny Love joining us from the Florida Love Show. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Hey everyone, this is Jeff, your branding specialist with Promo Stuff For You. So we're entering the new year. By now everybody has gotten their corporate gift, so this time of year generally is quiet with the exception of marketing departments trying to figure out what they're going to do for 2020. So it's really important that a company figures out and does proper planning throughout the year as to what type of marketing they want to do. At Promo Stuff For You, I love being able to sit down with a client and figuring exactly what they want to do, when they want to do it, and time it with the various events that they might have coming up.
Sometimes you need to shake things up a bit, to be a little adventurous, to make your meals pop. Don Pablo Coffee Growers and Roasters have that special ingredient. That little bit of adventure in a bottle to take your dinner to the next level. So take a leap and try one of Don Pablo's fresh roasted specialty coffee meat rubs on your beef, chicken, or pork. You'll never go back to boring again. Go ahead, rub it on your meat.
At Carmen Care Advanced Laser Therapy, our professional team specializes in finding the best alternative laser therapy treatments for your painful conditions. Do you suffer with chronic pain, a post-traumatic injury, or simply looking for the benefits of cell rejuvenation to the skin? Schedule a consultation today to understand how photobiomodulation can help reduce your symptoms, reduce or even eliminate pain. Give us a call today, 561-405-9577. We focus on treating you who has a disease, not a disease that defines who you are. Contact Carmen Care Laser Therapy today, 561-405-9577 or carmencarelaser.com.
Are you here to be good? Or are you here to be great? Outstanding? Hi, my name is Anne Shoshana Dector, and I am an author, motivational speaker, and leadership educator. I share with individuals and businesses the proven tools necessary so that you can make friends with challenges and use them as opportunities to grow from good to better, so you can have it all. Unified, supportive, and creative corporate communities, financial abundance, and a clear mission-driven purpose. Contact me at goodtobetter2020@gmail.com. Grow from good to better in 2020. Work with me individually or ask me to speak at your next event. goodtobetter2020@gmail.com.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
I gotta say, I'm very happy. I'm out of Facebook jail.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I wanna thank all of you for sharing out the show yesterday. Great numbers. And to the Congresswoman, I wish she wins. I'm definitely all in on this. I want to have her maybe do a campaign headquarters or something here. How vital and important it is to vote on the congressional level, the state level, is really, really important. And if it's true that there is change coming, I think we can all use a little bit of change. So I'm going to go in all on that.
On Friday, we've got Michael Gottlieb joining us. He is a representative down in Broward County. He's joining us on our 9 o'clock show. So which will be interesting as well.
And I can't vote for him because we're in the wrong district, but...
Well, he's already in, but he's talking about some of the things he's doing in the community of South Florida, Feed the Hungry. So he connected me to them, and so we're going to bring them all on Friday morning.
Beautiful. And also, for those of you that saw the show yesterday and reached out to help out Dodo Donuts?
Dodo Donuts.
Dodo Donut. What she said. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Reach out. Let's see how we can help them keep the feeding the kids.
Feeding the kids for free.
For free? I don't even know if we have the number. I know she sent us some flyers. I don't recall the number.
You can find it on Facebook called Dodo, D-O-U-G-H, D-O-U-G-H, like the dodo bird, but dough, like dough making the donuts, Dodo Donuts. They're up in Royal Palm Beach, or Palm Beach Gardens, and they've got food trucks as well. If you have a food truck, let us know. We'd like, you know what? It is a great idea to get out in the community.
I know. You got a captive audience. I think we should call the pastry people. And let's just sit down and talk to them on the phone. And if you're a piragüero, if you know what that is, it's the guys who shave ice and they make the snow cones. Give us a call. I got a fantastic idea for you. Got a captive audience. Just got to be clean in this presentation because people are going to be a little...
Sure.
And then the kids are going to come by the droves. You can hit 500 kids on a block because they're all home. And you can make it natural juices if you want. You don't have to have any sugar, sugar-free. I used to get sugar-free piragua.
You could do that in your spare time.
You could do everything. Me?
Yeah.
I would do that.
I know you
On the
would.
weekend, I would do that. And I would take all the money and give it to charity. I just don't have an ice cone thing, and I got to figure out how to get the ice going.
In your
And I
spare
need
time.
a card.
You
I
need
need
a
a
truck. You
cart.
need a lot of things.
I need a truck.
You're
You
gonna
know what?
walk-
I'm going to talk to Israel. He'll hook me up. He'll get me 2 car tires and a bar with a box.
You're hilarious.
Messing with that.
Let's talk to, actually speaking with Ann, we've got Ann Dector joining us for our Wednesday segment, see what's happening in the world of spirituality. She just did a great event on Sunday night on Zoom. Going to talk to Ann, see what's happening for our week. Hello, Ann, how you
Hi,
doing?
Good. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. So good to see you again.
Good to see you too. I'm just wondering, do you want me to put in my headphones or is this good?
It's good for us.
The headphones would be,
great.
can you hear me?
The headphones are for you.
Oh, okay. I hear you guys.
How's everything going?
Everything's going good. It's, we're totally into this new normal. I think in the beginning it was a lot harder. It's getting a lot easier to get up in the morning, get motivated. But what I'm seeing out there is that the business community is, I love this word, is pivoting. Everyone's pivoting.
Can you raise us up?
They're going virtual summits, virtual speaking, virtual trainings, spending a lot of time in front of a computer. But we get to pivot, change, prosper, all this stuff.
And you had an event on Sunday I was listening to.
Oh, thank you, Dawn. That's nice.
It was fantastic.
Yeah, we talked about the new moon of Taurus. Started last Friday night, and there are major influences in the universe going on right now, and everything is coming together. And it's very interesting because what's going on has a root in history. It's everything isn't aligned, everything is congruent. So it was really good to share that message on Sunday night.
How do you see us coming out of this? I know you talked about the 40 days of Omer, and I don't know where we are in the count. Someone posted something since we went into quarantine to when we came out, 40 days, 40 nights. I mean, there's so many similarities of where we are. You talked 49 days of Omer, and where are we on this whole count?
So we're on the 20-ish day, 2021. So we're actually in the middle of it. So, well, approximately. But more than that, I think the way to get out of this is, I'm going to quote something that I've been reading is prevalent now and is part of the learning and the wisdom, is love thy neighbor as you love thyself. That seems to be the big buzz. And what does that mean for now? I think last week we talked a little bit about mercy and compassion, right? Injecting that into the universe because we need that right now. So one of the greatest ways to have mercy and compassion is for yourself, because if you can't love yourself first, how are you going to love anybody else?
It's funny, we talked about this morning, and Freddie said he spoke to his son. You want to share what you said? I don't want to misquote you.
No, go ahead.
He said, you talked to Gio, and you told Gio the first, people are having a hard time getting back out there and talking to people. And you said you need to look in the mirror and say hello to yourself first, and he thought you were crazy.
Yeah.
But here Ann says the same thing, kind of the same thing. You got to love you first to go back out there.
The other thing is, I think it's so amazing what I've been feeling and what I'm hearing from a lot of other people, is that there is such a sense of freedom, and in breaking your life down to its most raw components and not have to worry about what it looks like, what you look like, get the nails done. If you, by the way, Dawn, are your nails done? I want to know.
I did it myself, as a matter of fact. My daughter taught me how to do my own.
Do you know that only happens in Florida? My sister and I were having this conversation. In Boca specifically, for some reason, everybody cares about, oh, I haven't brushed my hair, I haven't shaved my legs. The shaving of the legs is the one that gets to me the most, because women around me have said that, people that I know have said that. Who cares if you're shaving your legs? In New York City, my sister says, I haven't shaved my legs since January.
Well, I'll tell you who
cares.
Looks
like you now.
She's gonna kill me.
And I can't believe I'm sharing this, because I'm going to tell you who cares. My son took a look at my hairy legs one day and he said, "What is that?" I was wearing shorts. So I said, you know, it's just we're home and it really doesn't matter how.
Thank you for
So
sharing
I
that.
said,
You really didn't have to.
because what I did is I went out and I bought wax on Amazon.
She's laughing. You bought wax for what? You're gonna wax your car?
Like takes you back to the days you taught your daughter to nair her legs.
I don't have a daughter.
I know, but that's what we used to do as moms. Before you let your daughter have a razor blade, you're like, try the nair, and you put it on, you wash it off. You can only do that like the first time.
Why?
Because your hair is long enough to do that. Afterwards, you get little stubbles. It's not coming off with nair. You got to grow in. No one's waiting that long again.
Nair doesn't work on stubble?
I don't know.
No.
Doesn't nair burn your legs after you use it the first time?
Well, it burns off the hair.
Either.
This show brought to you by hair removal.
What I don't get is, what do I know? You know, the only thing do women get hair under their armpits?
If you don't shave, you would.
You would? Women get hairy armpits? No, really? Is that a thing? No, come on, you're lying. You're lying, right?
Teddy's going to show you a picture.
No, don't blow my mind, because I'm going to barf up my soup here if you come up with something.
Some women don't believe in shaving their body hair.
That's true. Some women do not.
You don't shave your body hair.
Actually, remember the question you asked me on the 12 o'clock hour?
I'm forgetting
I'm going to
this.
ask Anne, but this is in all seriousness. Fred, apparently a Hasidic rabbi passed away in Brooklyn. Over the weekend, you were telling me?
It was on the news this morning, yeah.
Thousands and thousands of people came out to mourn the passing of the rabbi. With the era of social distancing, what do? The police came in, clearly, to try and break it up. They were everyone was as peaceful as they could be, but arm in arm with masks on. In the Jewish community, Freddie asked, what do? You live in a very tight-knit Orthodox community. God forbid a leader in your community passes. What do you do in a situation like this?
I'm going to answer that in a few ways. So the first way I'm going to answer it is so many people that have passed in the community, what we've been doing, believe it or not, is Zoom Shiva calls.
Wow.
So that's one way we've had to deal. But there's an added element. You know me, I'm always bringing in the added element, the added spirit of. So there's also many people, and not Jews or Christians, or it doesn't matter the religion. There are people who are really coming to the realization and waking up and saying, there's an expression, Ein od milvado. There's nobody but God. There's nobody but your higher power. There's nothing that exists but that. So when people are confronted with stay away from people, what we're dealing with Corona, some people are going to a place of, God will heal me. God will be in charge of this healing process, whether I'm 6 feet from somebody or 2 feet from somebody, or I'm not condoning what you're saying, but I want to just take our consciousness to an additional level of, are we open to allowing a partner in our life, to being a higher power in our life in this process? Because to heal, we heal in two ways. We heal physically and we heal spiritually. So what is the spiritual healing? The spiritual healing right now, why do we have plagues? We have plagues in biblical times. They talked about leprosy. Current time, we're talking about Corona and other plagues that we've had. We have plagues because we have negative consciousness overload. Can you say that, Dawn?
Really? Why? Why does negative conscious overload bring plagues? I hear everything you're saying. I'm trying to process it as you're saying it.
So what is negative consciousness overload? What do you think that is?
Look around, and it's just negative
Too
on
much,
top of negative.
too much negativity, too much doubt, too much not having mercy, I guess, the opposite of mercy.
It's all of that, and the prevalent dominating ideology, which is, I want it, and I want it now. Give it to me. I want it. It feels good. So I'm going to do it.
You mean something
Damn.
like no accountability?
Yeah. No accountability, no restrictions, no limits, no boundaries. I'm going to sing. We're all walking around in the world of don't tell me what to do. Don't tell me what to say. This is not good for humanity. It erodes humanity on a deep fundamental level. So we're in that place. We have plagues, and it's not just corona. We have plagues of loss of income, loss of relationship, loss of like children who listen, work with us, whatever you want to call it. We have such crazy outspoken children now. Chutzpah, right? Chutzpah. I want to do what I want, when I want. So what do? How do we rein that in? So people have been saying to me, a lot of people have been saying, you know, this very hard understanding or buying into have a punishing universe. But I don't call it a punishing universe. I call it a world of cause and effect. If you put your finger into an electric socket, what would happen? What would happen?
Consequences, right.
Well, what would be that consequence?
Oh, you get electrocuted, right.
You'd fry, baby. That's what's happening to humanity, is we've been putting our finger into the electric socket. Just give me more, download more, give me more. If you don't have any transformers on the electricity coming into your house, what would happen in your house? What would happen to everything in your house?
Can you imagine?
But hold on, let's even take one step further back, because you got to have something to believe in order to say I believe, right? So look at people right now protesting because they want to get out. Everybody wants to get out, and I know that they're dire straits and things are falling apart and they can't meet their bills and everything else. I get that. I completely understand that. In the same boat. But the object of the game, look what's happening. Are we even learning our lesson? Are we learning that if you don't listen to the music, you can't dance? Is it going to be better? Is this new us going to be better than the old us? Because if you were to ask me that, watching what some of the people are doing, which I think can be really irresponsible, I'm going to go all the way to the top of the ladder. I thought the Vice President Pence was irresponsible.
Yeah.
Showing up at the hospital when everybody around him has a mask. I don't want to hear that you've been tested. That's not the point. It is the message of thinking you're no accountability. You are Superman. It's not going to happen to you. It ain't going to happen to me. So taking a step back, what happens if we continue down this bad deal? What's going to happen, Ann?
So, you know that expression, 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out, Freddie?
Yep.
So in life, what does that look like? First strike, somebody says to you, you really hurt me with your selfish behavior. So if you're lucky enough to have someone in your life who can confront you, right? Most people don't want to confront. Okay. That's the first strike. It's like a gentle tap. The second one is you're busy videoing yourself while you're driving and promoting yourself and ego and vanity and flipping hair and makeup, and you get rear-ended or you rear-end somebody. Strike number 2. We're in strike number 3 right now. So the pressure's on, and the pressure is not going to let up, Freddie. It's not. It's going to be just strike. So we have to learn. That's the bottom line. We have to learn from this. We have to come out of this. And I have a few, if you want, I can just like bullet point a few tips on how to get out of this, how to beat after this. It's up to you. I'm following your lead today.
So let's go to commercial break. And when we come back, I was going to ask you, we've had this time to reboot, to regroup, to hopefully take a conscious pause and look at our lives, we hope, and say, this is what, it's kind of like Yom Kippur all over again, right? But now we've done this for a long time. What have I done right? What have I done wrong? What can I change for the betterment of myself, to love me, my family, and for mankind? I'm hoping everyone took this time as a pause to regroup, longer than fasting, right, for 24 hours. So let's come back after the break and talk about some tips of going forward as we go into May.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, let's take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
Are you here to be good? Or are you here to be great, outstanding? Hi, my name is Ann Shoshana Dector, and I am an author, motivational speaker, and leadership educator. I share with individuals and businesses the proven tools necessary so that you can make friends with challenges and use them as opportunities to grow from good to better, so you can have it all. Unified, supportive, and creative corporate communities, financial abundance, and a clear mission-driven purpose. Contact me at goodtobetter2020@gmail.com. Grow from good to better in 2020. Work with me individually or ask me to speak at your next event. goodtobetter2020@gmail.com.
The benefits of CBD are well known, but not all CBD is equal. At your CBD store, our award-winning products are made from organic industrial hemp. Your CBD store products are third-party tested for purity, and we offer a wide variety of products to meet your needs and preferences. From water solubles, topical creams, and oil drops to pet products. Visit your CBD store and let our knowledgeable staff guide you. Your CBD store.
Healing Moments Wellness Boutique specializes in integrating scientific and ancient therapies to relieve physical, emotional, and psychological distress. Through the power of touch, coaching, and meditation, clients experience pain relief, relaxation, healing, and detoxification. Contact Healing Moments Wellness Boutique at 561-931-2187 and experience Boca Raton's Healing Haven. Enjoy the benefits of an individualized treatment plan to help find your feelings of peace, complete balance, and wellness. Call Healing Moments today, 561-931-2187, and be rejuvenated.
His abilities as a dry cleaner are so undeniable, Dry Clean Only tags have his phone number printed on the back. Stubborn stains sometimes call him late at night just to apologize. His pickup and delivery service is so fast, his vans have pit crews. He is the most interesting dry cleaner in the world.
You don't always dry clean, but when you do, use A&T Dry Cleaners. Stay dirty, my friends.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
I got breaking news.
Tell me.
Guy from Colorado won Lotto. It's using the same numbers because nobody's playing. With the same numbers, he hit twice.
That shouldn't mean that no one's playing. We still have to draw the numbers.
He won twice in Colorado. He just
Wow.
picked up his money on Monday.
That's amazing. Well, congratulations to you. We are back on a wonderful Wednesday. We've got Ann Dector joining us, talking about how we move forward out of this conscious pause, this break that we took, going into May, right? We're in this Taurus sense of energy that you spoke about on Sunday, which I really love that whole idea. How do we go forward? How do we make the changes? What are, you said 5 tips.
Okay, so first of all, the Taurus energy. What is the Taurus energy? Look, even cities, I can best describe it with a tale. So even cities have their own astrological. So Boca Raton is the sign of Taurus. So what are the characteristics of Taurus? Taurus is comfortable. First of all, they're earth signs. So they love physicality and beauty and things nice and clean, luxurious. So when you think about Boca Raton, it's really funny because whenever my friends come visit me, they'll say to me, okay, you know, just put the kids to bed, blah, 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 8:39, let's go for a drink. Let's go have some fun. And I'm like, this is Boca Raton, man. No one's out after 9 o'clock. What do you mean? Well, everyone's at home, behind their gates, watching their big screen TV, Netflix, whatever they're doing. They're tucked away. That's it. Comfortable, comfy, going to the mall with valet parking in the mall, they just break. It's what? What is that? So this whole concept of comfort, number one, come out of any plague, not just corona, anything in our life that's not working, that's causing us chaos, because a plague is chaos. You have to get out of your comfort zone, number one. You have to. You got to fight this. That's why we're in this month. And we're given like the antidote. The biblical references talk about how the antidote, the cure, is given with the disease. So this is the cure. This month, this is the cure, and we know it has to be a spiritual cure, because when the Israelites were, after they crossed the Red Sea, God says to them, Ani Hashem Rofecha. I am God, your healer. This is, connecting the fact that we have a spiritual healing and a physical healing, that the two go hand in hand. Now, when you take the first letter of each one of those Hebrew words, you get a word ER, which is basically the month of Taurus. So we're being told in this month of Taurus, we can heal from plagues. What was the plague of the Israelites? They were sleeping. They were in their comfort zone. They were in a slavery state of mind and consciousness, and they couldn't break out. That's why God had to take them out.
I'm glad you brought that up, because I wanted to bring that up. You made me think about this on Sunday, and you'll find this in, because it's, right, you talk about biblical, you're talking about the Bible, you talk about the Torah, right, the Old Testament. We screwed it up, right? We were in such a bad place. God's like, you can't handle this on your own. I got to help you. I'm literally going to take you out of the situation. And going forward, you now have to figure this out. It's like picking your kids up and say, sink or swim. I kind of feel like this is exactly where we're at right now. God said, I'm sending this. You have to take a pause. I am taking you out of this chaos that you have created. And now going forward, it is up to you to fix this, because I've given you a break. Nature is healing, right? Gas prices have come down. Families are uniting. They're sitting around the table. All of these things that we had stopped because we were so fast to move, God said, stop. Is this this was my interpretation anyway of what you said.
Is beautiful and glorious, and let's take it one step further, reinforce what you're saying. When we get to the Red Sea, and we're sitting there, and we're oh my God, Moses, how did you take us out of Egypt to die at the hands of the Egyptians, to drown in the sea? And so Moses turns to his creator, to God, his partner in life, and says, God, what do I do? They're screaming at me. What do I do? He says, move forward and just do it, basically. Again, we're being told, you have a partner in life. I took you out. I don't know if anyone can see Corona as that. The full stop, God taking us out, giving us an opportunity to reboot and restart. Now we have to take, as Freddie was saying, responsibility.
What do you think?
Accountability.
Because Freddie wasn't listening on Sunday, so I've had time to sort of think about it. Now we look at this behind us as a time. You've always said a time to regroup and reboot.
Well, the funny thing is, and again, my own take is that there are messages that were leading to this for years. We just, it's about faster. How do you make more money? How do you grow? Who do you step on to get to that next level? On and on and on. And business is never going to change. Business is still going to be business. But I always said, respect the game.
Always.
Always give it its respect. And the earth being another thing that you should respect, because it's where we all live. And God has a funny sense of humor. We were talking about that this morning. You may not know it, but it's going to catch up. It's going to catch up and break even. And it can go one way or the other, depending on what we do. We have a chance to reboot and do it right or not. And if it's not, then you will be held accountable for its losses. It's really simple. This is not a difficult math. Remember the guy in the basketball, NBA, that when he touched all the phones? This is at the very beginning, making fun of coronavirus. He came down with it a week later, first NBA player to have it. I don't even know how he's doing. And I'm going to say to myself, I'm going to talk about myself, I am guilty as charged. Because when Corona first came out, I put on the doctor's jacket and I had 2 Corona beers in my pocket, and I made fun of it. I said, I like my Corona with lemon. And I made fun of it because I didn't think that this was going to turn into an epidemic. And now I look and I see my sister. I see the friends that I've lost in New York. I see loss of life. I see the fear in kids when they go to their mom and dad. Are we going to make it through this? And they're 5 or 6. I look at my grandkids. I look at all the interns and all the producers around us. And I've learned my lesson. I will never rush back again. There is no such thing as rush for me. Listen, I came into this world naked, and I will leave the same way. If you want to take it all away, take it all away. I'm just going to believe in me and doing what I can do by the form of extension. That is all I can do. I can only control that I can control, and you're looking at it in this shirt. Really simple. Math, 1 + 1 = 2. Keep it simple, and life will stay the same.
So some tips. Let's make it a little simple and concrete. So tip number 1, share more. Selfishness is the kiss of death. It's one of the biggest things that gets us in trouble. So in any way that you can, share more, give more, be more aware of the people around you and who needs what. And by the way, yeah, that was number 1. Sorry. Number 2, live a life of awe, AWE. What that means is that there are rules and tools and universal truths that exist to protect humanity. Living in this consciousness of it's me and only me, and no one else exists except me and my need and what I is big trouble. Big trouble. Know that you have a higher power. Know that there are universal rules that are there for millennia to prevent plagues, corona, whatever you want to call it. And start researching, start looking, start finding a partner in life, a higher partner. That's going to be very important right now to learn those universal truths. Number 3, I love this one, directly from the Torah. Do not put an obstacle in front of a blind man. And let me just say them and we'll talk about them, John, okay? Number 4, you cannot have any hatred in your heart.
That's a big
Number
one.
5, yeah. Watch your words. Do not slander or gossip. And if you do that, you'll get out of your comfort zone and you'll be a different person. You'll be more aligned with model for what this world was created.
So we're back, back to compassion, back to treating others as you would want them to treat you. The things you learned in kindergarten, preschool, right?
Didn't Freddie just say, yeah, whole don't slander and gossip is huge.
Huge.
We've talked about this on the show before, the term abracadabra. Do you remember?
Yes.
Do you remember what it means?
For me, it means, what, do you remember abracadabra?
What Ann talked about, what it is in Hebrew, right? We call it abracadabra, but what is it?
So it comes from Hebrew. It's a Hebrew term that means I create as I speak.
Universal truths, right? What we put out there comes back. How we relate to the universe.
And what about appreciation for the things that we take so much granted for? Our first responders, our police, our firemen, all the workers out there, the senior care workers, the hospitals. What about the EMS? What about I mean, think about it. The guy's the grocery store clerk, man, that stays in there. How many have died to keep it open? Man, a lot of people tell me they kept it open for all the wrong reasons. That isn't true either, because you still have to go. You still got to be there, right? What about taking advantage, not appreciating the things that no matter how big or how small, you don't appreciate it?
Yep. So I think it's pretty simple. I think we know what we have to do. But there's two parts of human beings, right? There's the good guy and the bad guy. We talk about this. And the bad guy right now is scrambling every which way to make sure that we stay connected to this plate. So we're going to have to fight. We're going to have to get out of our comfort zone, and we're going to have to watch our words. We're going to have to choose to share, choose compassion, choose mercy. It's going to be choose, choose, choose all day long. You're going to be like, choose, 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 choose. Otherwise, we're going to go back to the same old, and the next wake-up call, the next strike is going to be harder.
True that.
I don't want that, guys. I don't want that. Done.
Yeah,
So it
the
starts
next one, each
at
one
a
is
time.
still, right? It's like when we moved here, and we joke about it now. We found this studio, and this is a great studio. We love it. Can't afford it. So we looked around some more, and we came back and we looked at it. Can't afford it. Too big. We don't need the amount of space, right? We found another place. As we went to sign on the lease, it was a horrible lease. What are we going to do now? We come back and look at it. It was Halloween. Still too big, can't afford it. That same afternoon, the radio time, Beasley sold, or they merged. And we couldn't afford the radio time, which then meant we could have our studio. So God said, here's one, here's two, buy three. I'm pulling the rug out from under you until you see the message. And here we sit. And you went through us with the whole thing, right? And that, to me, that was 1, 2, 3 strikes. You were taking this space, and thank goodness we finally heeded those messages, because now look where we get to be.
True that.
Right?
It lays it out in front of you if you read it. Well, we talked about this, having the signs every day and
read the signs.
And reading the signs, and some of the biggest philosophers in the world are those that can read better than others, but it doesn't mean that we can't all read.
Well, it's interpret, right?
Exactly. That's what it comes down to. So, we're all learning a lesson right now. And unfortunately, some of us have learned the lesson by loss of life and family members and things of that nature. Can't get that back. But the way I look at it, when we open up, I'm going to owe it to everybody who lost their life to making this better. We owe it to them, because they died during this deal, and they're not coming back. So if you're still here, you're still strong, you're still healthy, you owe it to those that have died, the
sacrifices that were made.
53,000 that have died in this whole thing. And I'm not interested in pointing fingers at who said what said where. I don't care about that. It's really simple. Don't hurt others, stay clean, and stay clear, and you'll be all right. I really don't want to go down Main Street or where this went. I want to know where it's going. That to me is more important than anything else.
True.
Let's move this way instead of looking that way. That's why that mirror is always small and the windshield's a whole lot bigger. I saw that in a movie yesterday, and I want to go in that direction. I don't want to keep harping on he said, she said. I don't want to harp on this guy didn't do that. If somebody does something like Pence is irresponsible, and you know what? Now you know what not to do. Wear the freaking mask. It doesn't cost you anything to wear a mask. Wear it. It'll make the guy in front of you or the girl in front of you feel a whole lot better.
You know what you're talking about? That is also, put it on the list. Don't be a sheep, be a wolf. Don't follow. You do what is right and true. Be a leader. Lead your way through this. Lead your way as a compassionate leader. Don't how sheep follow one another with their heads in the butt of the sheep in front of them. Don't be that person.
It's funny that you say that. This has come forward twice, Teddy, on your show as well. 3 times usually means there's another sign. So this morning your guest spoke about a wolf in sheep's clothing. Here now you speak about it. There's a message out there as well. Let's go to commercial break. I think Kenny Love is joining us on the set We don't see him yet, so I'm going to check on that. And stay tuned. I always love your information. You can find Ann at goodtobetter2020@gmail.com. She will come and she will do corporate training. She will do it virtually. It's about how we go forward, how we change with compassion and mercy. So stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
Let's all welcome a new sponsor to the show. It's AMP2 TV, the first and only internet production company that's truly plugged in. When you're looking for a full-service internet TV radio production company, discover AMP2 TV, a full-service production company that can provide all streaming videos in studio or remotely. They offer web page development, and they use all the latest platforms to help make all your business selling points more powerful. They can do remotes or live radio streaming as well as tape productions for social media platforms and television. AMP2 TV can handle all of your television needs, including closed caption for a perfect on-air telecast. Choose from a variety of creative TV and radio packages or visit one of their many studios to get your creative juices flowing. Come and see why AMP2 TV works with many major companies, including Comcast, Bravo, and Fox 29, as well as individuals and businesses of all types and sizes. To see samples of their work or to find out more, visit their website at amp2.tv. That's AMP2.tv, or call them at 866-224-5422. Feel free to call for a quote or just a consult of how to put your business on a social media platform or radio platform, or just doing a show that is covered by all platforms. Call 866-224-5422 and make an appointment. That's 866-224-5422.
The way you live your life says a lot about you. The way you choose to commemorate your lifetime can say even more. It's a single event that speaks volumes. So how do you celebrate a life? Dignity Memorial providers believe that your memorial service should be as unique as you are, reflecting your personality and your passions. It should be a perfectly tailored send-off, a fitting tribute for family and friends, to celebrate the person they love. We're professionals at catering to your every need, right down to the catering. In fact, no detail is too small. So when it comes time for a fitting tribute, we'll see that your final wishes are beautifully fulfilled. It's what Dignity Memorial providers are known for. And why you should rely on us to see that your life is well celebrated. The celebration of a lifetime begins here.
Are you here to be good? Or are you here to be great, outstanding? Hi, my name is Ann Shoshana Dector, and I am an author, motivational speaker, and leadership educator. I share with individuals and businesses the proven tools necessary so that you can make friends with challenges and use them as opportunities to grow from good to better, so you can have it all. Unified, supportive, and creative corporate communities, financial abundance, and a clear mission-driven purpose. Contact me at goodtobetter2020@gmail.com. Grow from good to better in 2020. Work with me individually or ask me to speak at your next event. goodtobetter2020@gmail.com.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
That's hilarious. Somebody sent us a joke about a school teacher that made a song about the coronavirus, and I don't want to let it out the bag. If you want us to send you a copy of that, let us know. But I'm going to tell you something. It is the funniest thing I have ever seen.
So that's not what I saw this morning. The one I saw this morning made me cry. You said this made you cry, and you played it. No, it makes you laugh because it just sums it all up.
That
so
was hilarious.
You can always give us a call at 888-994-4995. We've got Ann Shoshana Dechter with us on our Wednesday segment of Actually Speaking with Ann. And the following you have is spectacular. People want to hear what you're saying because sometimes we think things, but we need someone to sort of validate it, to say, you know, what I'm thinking kind of makes sense. And you just always bring it together. So I thank you for always being with us every Wednesday and sharing. Tell us going forward for you what you're doing, how you're helping businesses, corporations, individuals.
You know, one of the things that the world is shifting into is a virtual classroom. So we're doing virtual summits, and it's all about helping and being in service. And more corporations and businesses are realizing and waking up that they must come forward in a way that responds or answers to Corona. That moving forward, that it's not just going to be same old, same old. They have to come up with a different way of relating with their customer, a different way with their employees, and it has to follow those points about before. We talked about sharing more. So how does their business become known as more of a sharing entity? Just as we discussed with the Shake Shack when they returned back the government money. So that type of PR, that type of consciousness, there ain't nothing like that, honey. Nothing. That just blows the lid off everything. That's what people want. They want the authentic reality of sharing and being a real compassionate, merciful corporate citizen.
It's interesting when I sit here and I listen to what you have to say, and if Kenny's on, let's bring him over because this is such a perfect segue, is listening to you spiritually. I think I stop it and I don't think about business for those moments that you're sharing everything that you're sharing. It becomes compassion, it becomes humanity, it becomes people being people, right, Kenny? Love. It's not how we're going to grow our business for the next 30 seconds. It's about reconnecting with people in the universe.
You know, I have to something I was just
loving it forward.
I was just speaking with my husband, and we were talking about as an emergency room doctor, he lived in a reality of cause and effect, cause and effect, cause and effect. If somebody came in with a heart attack, he knew point by point what to do now, next. You had a sense of control. But I said, now, he says to me, he says, like, I'm kind of lost now. He says, because I'm trying to, branch out. I'm trying to Corona's really affected him as well. And he said, it's taking months to see the result of some efforts and labors. And I said, well, that's the big shift, is that you were so into cause and effect. If this, then that. If this, then that. Now you're seeing this is real life. That real life is in action, and you don't always see the results in the next second. Life and death. Sometimes it takes months.
It changes the whole
and grow. And this is where corporations need to understand, and businesses. You want to grow your business, you have to grow your people.
And connections in your community. And Ken, Florida Love Show was on Fridays, and you knew before. It's like Ann, you had the foresight of what you do. Ken as well had the foresight of knowing that we need love. And Ken, I see jewelry now. Jennifer Zuner has jewelry out. All we need is love, and buy now, pay later. And I'm thinking, if I could send you every post that I see, that is everything that you brought forward to us 6 weeks ago, and you had already started these platforms. So share your show, and you've got a great show lined up for Friday at 3 o'clock.
Yeah. So I have an amazing show lined up for Friday at 3 o'clock. And I'm going to have the Anti-Defamation League, anti-extreme, anti-hate, anti-prejudice, really just love. And the show is about loving it forward. And it's about love will keep us together. It's about any way we can love one another and say I love you to each other and just really show love. And the love is spreading because I'm seeing that the community is really starting to love one another. So I see that the show is making a huge difference. And we're also going to have Alana Schuer on the on the show. And she's the Miss Peterson. She's in the Miss Florida pageant. She does artwork for kids and shows love in her ways with dance and other ways. So to me, it's all about showing love. We all show love in our own way. And can we freely express the love that we want to show in the world to make a difference?
Alana Spectacular, we had her on our show 2 weeks ago, Miss St. Petersburg, and what she brings forward for the kids. And she's going to be on Teddy Unscripted, I believe, next week when she finishes her finals. But amazing in our community, what's going on.
Well, it's also an interesting turn of events because I was shocked at the success that the Florida Love Show. It isn't only here. If you're able to follow his numbers, you can see in what direction and people that want to join, and I get access to people asking to join and people to more join. And it's funny because now that, and to touch on what Anna's saying, the truth is upon us. And now we have an opportunity to express to one another just how much that four-letter word means, just how much love means. And here you're going to have a chance to do it. This is a very simple thing. All he's asking for you is to say it to somebody, it doesn't matter who it is, and to mean it. And here is the change, Ann. What you've been talking about, here's the truth of the pudding. Are you even able to do that? Can you be nice to somebody that you don't know? And Ken was telling us that he was nice to people when he was buying the flowers and bringing the set in here. It didn't matter if you were male or female. He said, I love you, and he moved on. How difficult is that?
When he came in with 6 dozen roses the first day. Ken, you took us, I have to tell you, when I moved to Texas, before I was even pregnant with my daughter, I had my daughter, she's 28 next week. Everyone was really nice in the grocery store. They knew me, they knew her by name, and you think, are they gonna follow me home? We rented an apartment. They didn't ask for first, last, and security. You think they're gonna come in and take something, right? This is the mentality that shifted when I moved to Texas. Again, when you started your show, you came in the first day with balloons and clothes and 6 dozen roses. It was, again, a mind shift for us because what you give out, and you ask for nothing in return, this is what you chose to do for your guests, for me, for Freddie, was spectacular. It's the shift because we are so, Ann, as you say, programmed, right? And we're so guarded and we're always at war that when love comes forward, you think, well, why? Why would someone be nice? Why is someone not gossiping? Why is someone trying to help another? Just because. So I thank you for bringing that change of mindset to our studio as well.
You're welcome, Dawn, and I love you, and I love Freddie, and I love you, Ann. And to me, it's really to say I love you to everybody. I mean, to transform the world with love. And for me, there is no expectations of anything in return. Love has no expectations of anything in return. Love has no judgment. Love has no gossip. And when we were all born, we were pure love. So it's really becoming reborn again and becoming the baby love that we are. And maybe it's going around saying goo goo gaga, but it's really saying I love you, because that's how we were as babies. And it's real, love is simple. It's so simple. I mean, today I went out and I just delivered roses to a bunch of friends. And, I was thinking this morning, I love myself, and I say I love you to myself every night. And I was thinking, one of the ways for me to love myself is to love others and to give to others. I find the best way for me to love myself is to love others. And the world needs a big hug right now. Like I said, Dawn, the world needs a big hug right now.
That'd be a great animation to put together, by the way.
You know, it's really
Let's talk to Hector.
it's really amazing how you get people who are giving lunches to kids that they don't know. You get people that come in here like Tendrish, who's giving food to families that they don't know. You see people who have restaurants and are creating free lunch lines that they don't know them, you know? You see people that were coaches. I know baseball and football coaches in New York taking care of kids because they got to give ma and dad a break, and they take them to the park and they sort of run around a little bit and then take them back home, and they don't know them. And I think, you know, when I look at Ken, I say, you know, love is really simple. If you listen, just pay attention for a minute. Don't make it all about you for a second. Don't make it so that you're going to call me, and this, I'm talking about myself, you're going to call me and say, listen, I want to go on your platform because I want to go sell something. No, don't do that. Don't do that. This is not what this is about. And Ken, I have to thank you because you've changed the course of how to do this. I used to think that you were the exception. He's not the exception. That's the rule we should be following because our production should be at that level. And you showed me the way. So I want to thank you.
And Ann, what you've offered.
And Ann, since I've known you, you've always been the warrior. You know, you've always been the cheerleader with the spear is what I call it. Because there's only one way of doing things in life, and that's the right way. Because the wrong way will always come back to bite you where it hurts.
A warrior with love. A love warrior.
You guys are incredible.
A love warrior.
Ken, tell everyone
Yeah.
where your there you go, a love warrior. Where your page is so people can find the show on Friday.
Yeah, so my page is on Facebook. It's Florida Love. And we also have Love Will Keep Us Together, where you can just post about love and love each other. And the most beautiful thing is when you just love each other with no expectations. And one thing about love, which is interesting, when I say I love you, it doesn't mean anything. Like, it's just a way of saying, I appreciate you, I care for you, it's endearing. And if I say I love you to a guy, it doesn't mean I'm gay. If I say I love you to a woman, it doesn't mean I'm interested. It just means I love you for who you are. And that's a beautiful thing in life.
When you said that to Freddie the other day, you told him he was a mush ball. You should have seen
Yeah,
his
he's a
face.
mush ball
He was
love ball. He is.
Look at his
Under
face.
that tough
No one
exterior
ever says
from
that
the
to
Bronx,
him.
And we
he's
gotta
a
go.
mush ball love ball. He's such a lover. Freddie's the biggest lover in the world. Freddie Love is the biggest lover. Look at him smiling. See, he knows. He's pure love.
All right, Ken. Thank you for playing.
But you know what? We talked about this earlier. Women we have our support groups. We have Fem City. We reach out. I listen to Ann all the time, and she's always there. As women, we say, I love you. We give hugs. We do a lot of emotional touching. Men don't. Men need that support from each other as well. And here you go, right there in front of you.
Yeah, and I do it hugs and love to my all my guy friends. Doesn't mean I'm gay. I'm a straight guy, but I love everyone.
You guys are fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us. Tune in Friday to the Florida Love Show. Also, Happy Printer. Ken can help you as we come out of this. Get all your printing needs that you need taken care of. You can find him also at Happy Printer. The Happy Printer.
The Happy Printer.
And Ann, as always, thank you for being our cheerleader with the swords, as Freddie calls you.
So
And
I
Shoshana
love you,
Decker.
Freddie.
If you want to go from good to better, contact Ann, goodtobetter2020@gmail.com. You can find Kenny at Florida Love. And you can find us tomorrow, 9 a.m., back here at the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Gosh, what do we have in store tomorrow?
Grinding it out. We got the
need some
2-minute warning
donuts.
tomorrow
We got
night.
the 2-minute warning tomorrow night. And I want to talk to Jana. She's watching with the Sweet Treat trucks that was here. Oh, my gosh. Imagine sending them out to the neighborhoods.
Jenna, I got a piragua idea for you. Piragua. I'm going to show you how that works.
Have a great day, everyone. Be kind to each other. We'll see you tomorrow, 9 a.m.
Love you all. Love you
Breakfast
all.
time.
Love you too, Ken.
Love you guys. You're the
Bye, Ann.
best.
And there you have it.
Feel a little more
Mush
love?
ball? Yeah, I feel
Mush
like a
ball,
giant
love
mush
ball.
ball.
You know what? But
You're
coming
funny.
from Ken, though,
Coming from Ken, it's the typical.
it's not like it's coming from me or it's coming from Teddy or it's coming truthfully from the heart.
I told Ken that he should have a T-shirt made called, and on the back of it, just say "I love you."
I love you,
see
man.
how many people would
That
say
was a movie. I love you, man.
There was a movie.
I love you, man. There
was
you
a
have it. We're going to have to talk to promo stuff for you about those T-shirts.
That's right. And also, Jeff, I want to talk to you about the mask with the straw so you can drink. So give me a holler.
Have a great day, everyone. Be kind. Love each other. Spread it forward. We'll see you tomorrow. Back in studio at 9 a.m.
And David, order your gobble box, baby, and don't be late.
Bye-bye.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show is over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S. will bring more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. Well, see you next time.